talk about Canada? Since
Yes.
we are Canadian.
Because now we need to let you into a tiny little secret. That is very obvious, but if you're not Canadian, you might not think about it because you're still a moose presentator. But it's the first time that we see a real clear sign that there's an animal representing Canada. So in this new movie of Zootopia, there's a beaver, guys!
And the beaver is the national animal of Canada.
Yes, it's on our $2.
Toonies.
So as we mentioned in our episode on Turning Red and Blackberry, it's very rare that Canada is as clearly represented in pop culture. Even if we're behind the scene, we see you and we help make all the blockbusters in the US actually, or even contributes to project in France.
The beaver.
It's clear that it's Canadian because it's friendly, it's wearing red at some point, and it helps Judy and Nick regardless on the fact that it might make him an outlaw. And it's shown to not only be kind to mammals, but also to other water animals. It's shown to understand the way in which it should address the other species. And it's also implied that it's for interspecies cohabitation. And it's also shown that when it's serious, it can be not only resourceful because, let me remind you that it made a key out of wood to free them from their cells. And it's also shown at the very ending to attack the lynx's family, and we can see that what is flying around is actually some pieces of wood, which implies that the beaver is protecting the harmony of Zootopia and is not scared to stand up to more powerful and more economical, resourceful countries. And Canada in war is actually frightening.
It's a fact, but people doesn't seem to remember it or to know it.
Even if history are made by winners, like Canada helped win the Second World War and probably supported enough the US to say that it helped win the Cold War. So Canada is actually very frightening during wars. Yes, we might seem like innocent little beavers, but the thing is that during the First World War, Canadian soldiers exploited several truces to send hand grenades in the form of corned beef into German trenches. But the thing is that the Germans believed that it was really corned beef, but it wasn't. So I'm just saying that the fact that the beaver attacks the lynxes without fearing for any backlash is actually very representative of Canada. And it's actually interesting also to note the fact that the beaver fights for Zootopia, for unity, and for indirectly protecting international law is very representative of Canada, because Canada is one of the founding countries of the UN, and they're the one that first elaborated the idea of the UN forces. They said casque bleu, to be the guardian of peace, even if nowadays it has changed a bit. But it was originally the idea of Canada, and Canada almost got a permanent seat at the UN Council, but it was not given to Canada because the other countries on the Permanent Union Council felt that it would be an unfair advantage to the US to give a seat to Canada at the time. And it's even more representative of Canada because at the very end, when Robert Lingsley is trying to end and destroy this shameful secret of his family regarding the foundation of Zootopia, it uses the venom of Gary to poison / lead to their death Judy and Nick, and also the beaver. And it's very funny because when Robert approached the beaver, it's like, oh, yes, Judy sent me. And the beaver doesn't suspect a thing before it's stabbed. And it's funny because the beaver says, I should have seen this coming. This might be more representative of our current situation right now.